Christian, in the last video, you got me fired up with the promise that I can build software, even though I'm not a software engineer. But how do we actually do that? Where do we begin?
We'll start by going to cloud.google.com. This takes us to our workshop, so to speak, and provides us with all the tools we'll need.
And we get $300 worth of credits for free? That's awesome. Will that be enough to build our web app?
It will be way more than enough. Let's click Get Started for free. I've read the terms, so I'll select our country and click Agree and Continue.
All right, so you're changing the profile type to individual, and then you're filling out your personal details?
Yes, and I'm doing all of this off screen because they're, well, personal. Now, I have to add a credit card, but it will not charge me unless I activate a full pay-as-you-go account, which we will not do for this project.
Got it. And what's your credit card number again?
It's 5255. Wait a minute. I'm not falling for this again. Fool me 5 times? Shame on you.
I'm just keeping you on your toes. Okay, so you're all set up, and on the welcome screen, there's an Activate Full Account button, which we're going to stay away from. So, success. Now what?
Well, first, I like dark mode, so I'll select that in Preferences under Appearance. Now I'll jump back to the console homepage. Again, Google Cloud is like our workshop, and in Cloud Console, I can list its tools by scrolling down or by clicking on the navigation menu.
Okay, great. So which tool are we going to use?
Whoa, not so fast there, Fidipides.
Fidipides? Oh, the guy that ran the first marathon. Okay, sick reference. I'm with you. Continue.
First, we create a new project by clicking on My First Project and then New Project in the pop-up window. I'll call this My Customers under No Organization.
Okay, so we got our project where everything we create is going to live. I'm not going to lie, this is a little boring. Where are we in relation to actually building the thing?
I get it. But when it comes to making software, especially with vibe coding, this setup stuff, this is the hard part. Once we get cruising along with AI writing code for us, it gets a lot easier and a lot more fun.
So it'll get better soon. Cool. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're ready to dive into the scary part for me. Cloud Shell.
You're half right. It's time for Cloud Shell, but it's not scary. We bring it up by clicking on the Cloud Shell icon, and a dialog box tells us about it.
So it allows us to manage our infrastructure and develop applications. It comes with a bunch of utilities pre-installed, authenticated, and up to date. That doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just a computer in the cloud. And like Cloud Console, Cloud Shell helps us use the tools in the Google Cloud Workshop. Let's click Continue, then authorize it to do what it needs to do inside our project. And I always like to work with Cloud Shell in its own window.
Okay, so what actually is this thing? What can we do with this terminal or command line interface?
This is just a way of talking to a computer. Instead of clicking on things, we type a command. That tilde means we are in the home folder of the Cloud Shell. So I can type the command ls to list everything in that folder. When I press enter, it shows me that there's only one text file.
Okay, so can we make a folder?
We sure can by typing the make directory command, basically the make folder command, and then the name of our folder.
Pretty neat. How do we know it worked?
We do that same ls command to list the contents. There it is. Now we can go into that folder by typing the change directory command, cd my customers.
So this command is just saying change where we are focusing. Instead of the home folder, we're going into the My Customers folder.
Exactly. And now if I type the list command, we can tell that this folder is empty.
Just like my belly. Do you mind if we stop here? I'm getting a little bit snacky.
No problem. When we come back, we'll get into Firebase.
Firebase? Sounds cool. I mean hot. Or, I don't know, maybe we just cut this part.